What's going on, everybody? How we feeling, Cowboy Nation? Last night was a little painful. Philadelphia defeats Dallas by 4 or 5 or whatever the spread was. I don't know where to begin. I guess I'll start out with the positives, just by saying that last night's performance from the Cowboys, in my opinion, is the best one all season. They played well. They played great. I mean, there are some things that obviously didn't go well, but that's a different conversation. I'm just saying, overall, we played pretty well. It's unfortunate how it ends. You know, it's kind of like, it's unfortunate, but it's you know, you can't do nothing about it. So we just have to wait until December to play them again. The schedule that we have remaining is very reasonable and very favorable for us to finish strong. You know, it just sucks losing that division game. You know, you just, because you don't have hope in the rest of the division because they're bad. I mean, Washington put up a good fight against Philly, but all in all, it's you know what's going to happen. So again, it's going to come down to Philly and Dallas. It's unfortunate, man, but we played really well. Dak played great. That's probably the best I've seen Dak play in a long time. I mean, he's played very well, you know, a lot more than just last night, but last night he played really well. CeeDee Lamb played well. I wish he could have scored. Jake Ferguson played well. Jalen Tolbert has some flashes. I still want to see more Brandon Cooks. But overall, you know, it's just hard. I keep thinking of the negatives, you know. I hate being that guy. I hate being that guy. But this is gonna be the one time that I don't want to say point the fingers at officiating, but if you look league wide, the officiating has been ass. I think you could ask any fan, they could attest to that, because I'm sure diehard fans of the Dolphins, they would probably be able to go back and show you some things that were missed, you know, for the Dolphins, you know, and it's the same with Dallas. Every play, just about last night, especially when Philadelphia's on offense and they're passing, you can almost guarantee every time they're passing, Lane Johnson, number 65, the right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, gets an early jump off in pass protection. And I might be crazy. I just, if any sudden movements can get called, you know, like a little twitch, like a center kind of just a little twitch before snapping the ball, and that gets called for a false start. But Lane Johnson can make a whole career off of early jumping on pass protection, and it doesn't get called. What about the defensive pass interference on Stephon Gilmore against A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown didn't even complain about the contact, because you know what they both were doing? They both looked back at the ball. They both realized that it was uncatchable. They both put hands on each other. And then at the end of the play, A.J. Brown just walked off. He wasn't looking for a call. That ball was on the sideline. It was past the sideline. Like, it was not a catchable ball at all. Even if A.J. Brown was able to run forward, like continue running straight, he wasn't catching that ball because it was uncatchable. How is that pass interference? What about the hands to the face to Michael Gallup, that you throw the flag for the penalty, but then you pick it up? You have the replay system. You can go and look at it. Why'd you pick it up? That red zone touchdown that they called back because 71 didn't report as eligible. It's a running play. And if you look it up, there's supposed to be at least 7 players on the line of scrimmage. If you go back and you watch that play, there's 7 people on the line of scrimmage. Even before the tight end goes into motion, there's 7 players on the line of scrimmage. Even when the tight end went in motion and got set before the ball was snapped, there was 7 players on the line of scrimmage. Because 71 lined up just as a tight end would line up. I mean, unless I just don't understand the rule, and it just doesn't make sense because it's a running play anyways. It doesn't make sense. And I think Dak did it like said, hey, 71 is eligible. Shouldn't that count for something? Like, what are you trying to teach 71 some rules or something? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then, man, what else? Non-hold calls all game for Philly. But as soon as we do something similar, and the play that I'm speaking of is that run that Rico Dowdle had late in the game, Schoonmaker went up a level, went through the line of scrimmage, went up a level to seal off. Rico Dowdle had a nice run, and they called it a holding on Schoonmaker. But he's doing the things that Philly does worse than Dallas does. The holding on the inside, like right here, you can do that. I mean, there's players that have made a career off of that. This, like, obviously he's going like this, like he's facing towards the player. Schoonmaker he's guarding him face to face, and all he does have a little hook. I'll give you that, it's a little hook, but it's not it's not that, like, and even when the running back gets past Schoonmaker and who he's blocking, he lets go. If you're face to face, how is it but you can go back and you can look at film. You can look at the film for Philly on the same things that they do, or the same things that they call Dallas, like that hold. Philly does it plus 10. Again, I hate to be that guy, but it's so frustrating when this is just one example. Me and my woman watching the game can point these things out. Go to Twitter for just one random play. Let's say the non-hold where Parsons was held and he immediately started bitching at the ref. If I say that, or like somebody on Twitter says that, and then it gets all these interactions and stuff, that means that those people are seeing the same thing. How are the refs not seeing it on the field? Because it can't be somebody just doesn't know football. It's not like one person is just saying it. If one person is saying it, and thousands and thousands and thousands of people are interacting or agreeing, basically, that's what social media is. It's a way of agreeing with people. If there's thousands of people interacting with thousands of tweets saying the same thing, watching the same game, doesn't that mean something? It's frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. Because the Cowboys played the best game possible, other than a few things. Like, Terrence Steele got his ass whooped last night. That's an issue. The receivers, we need more contribution. Okay. But, we lost by 5. By 5. And I saw Philly fans on Twitter saying, oh, well, you guys had chances to score, but you just never scored. Yeah, we had 14 points taken back because of a penalty. Like, we shouldn't have been in that situation anyways. That's the whole point. We shouldn't be in that situation anyways. That game should not have been that close. Because historically, if you go back and you look at the stats, the wins, the losses, Dallas has dominated that series. Dominated that series. Go look at the history. There's no possible way for me to even fathom that Philadelphia should have won that game. There's no way. There's no way. What did Philadelphia do that was mind-boggling? Sorry, let me calm down. What did Philadelphia do that was so much better than Dallas for them to win that game and to only win it by 5? What did they do? Dak outplayed Jalen Hurts. CeeDee Lamb definitely outplayed A.J. Brown easily. Running game was the same. Philly didn't do shit on the ground, really. Defense was the same. Philly's defense is sorry as hell. They have a nice front, but their secondary is suspect. Suspect. You could see it a lot with CD, Jake Ferguson pointing at their secondary saying, "That barbecue chicken." And it showed. CD had almost 200 yards. 200. Jake Ferguson had 100, I think, or a touch, something like that. And he had a touch. He scored. He could have scored twice, probably 3 times. The Eagles are sorry. They're sorry. The fact that they've made it to 8 wins, it makes me it pisses me off. I hate Nick Sirianni. I fucking hate him. I hate the whole city of Philadelphia. Fuck the whole state of Pennsylvania. Fuck the Phillies. All of them. Fuck the 76ers. Fuck the University of Pitt. Fuck Penn State. Fuck the Technical Community College of Pittsburgh. Fuck the whole state. And fuck the Steelers. And definitely, fuck Nick Sirianni. Dirty bubble looking ass bitch, bro. That's one of the most frustrating games I've witnessed in a long time. And I've seen some bad fucking games. That one was frustrating. That one's frustrating. That's alright. That's alright. Cowboy Nation. We'll be back. Peace.